Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this. My name is King Sam and I make motion graphics and After Effects content here on YouTube. So drop a like, drop a follow and subscribe to my channel for more amazing content like this. Let's jump right into the video. As you can see guys, I'm not on After Effects yet, I'm in Photoshop, and here I separated my logo into individual layers based on the letters. And don't worry about doing this part, I will leave the link to the Photoshop document in my video description so you can follow me along and you don't have to stress yourself with doing this. Okay, now let's create a new composition and let's call it animation. Then make sure it's 1920 by 1080, 30 frames per second, and make sure the background color is black. Now we hit Ctrl I on our keyboard. Then let's import this our Photoshop file. Make sure you're importing it as composition within layer sizes and import. Click on OK. Now let's go up here and double click our Google composition. Save everything here, copy it, paste it here. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is we're going to come here, click on it and select title action save. Now let's click here, new, null. Now we take all this layer and parent it to the null. So from our null here, we can control everything at once. So I want to just adjust the scale a little bit, so somewhere around here. Open up the position and just adjust it so I'm pretty sure that it's going to be at the middle. Next I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here to my ellipse tool and draw an ellipse holding down shift so that it is perfectly circular. Now let's adjust it to the middle of my composition here. So now it's too big, let's resize it. Yes, and let's take it down to around 50% of the size. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this button here so I can solo only this my shape here. Now let's open up the position layer. Now let's click on the position here and separate the dimensions so we can animate it individually. So what I want to work on now is the Y animation. So let's take this down a little bit. Let's go to about 10 frames and let's increase it upward like this. Now I'm just going to copy these 2 frames and paste it here and here. Now copy this last frame and paste it somewhere around here. So if we watch it back, this is what we get. That's good. So next I'm going to do is I'm going to change this and this. Let's click keyframe assistant. It is. Next we're going to do, we are just going to come to the end of this keyframe here and just Ctrl Shift D to cut the remaining part out here. Now what we're going to do is you click P, open your position keyframes here and just delete these front 4 keyframes. Now let's just select our X and Y position by using Ctrl. Select the two of them at the same time. Let's left click and check separate dimensions. These are all going to make sense soon. Now we're going to duplicate this layer 5 times. So what we're going to do now is first of all let's delete this null. Now we are just going to move like 10 frames into our timeline, and now we're just going to reposition the shape layer to the center of each alphabet. So for this one I'm just going to drop it somewhere around here. Let's zoom in. What I'm going to do now is to change the shape of the circle to match the color of our alphabet. Then I'm just going to rename it so that it will be easier for us to know what we are working on. For example, my shape layer 7 here, I'll just rename it because for my G, I will call it G1. Then I'm just going to change the fill, use my eyedropper tool here and just pick this color. So I'm just going to repeat the same process for the remaining letters. So I'm just going to take this keyframe and just drag them somewhere around here. And now let's zoom out a little bit, and let's go to like towards the middle and just change the position so that all the circles move up like this. If I play it back, this is what we have. The next thing I'm going to do is, with everything selected like this, I can just left click and separate the dimensions again. So now what we're going to do now is, on our middle keyframes here, we are going to delete the X position, so we only have Y position. Delete this, come here, I delete this, come here, delete this, come here, delete this. Now what we're going to do is, let's select everything one more time. Next thing I'm going to do, we're just going to come to our search here and just type Y position. Okay, that's good. So what we can do now is, with everything selected here, let's just move 10 frames down, go around here, and just make another keyframe in our position. Then move to the middle here, and we're just going to raise it up a little bit, somewhere around here. That's good. Now what we are going to do is, we just select all our keyframes here, F9 to easy use them, and let's open up our graph editor. What we're going to do now is, we're going to edit the speed graph like I'm about to show you now. So here, let's drag this down, select everything here, move it back somewhere like this. That's good. Take this here, move it forward, let's play it back one more time, and that is looking good. So the next thing we're going to do is, from our Photoshop layers under here, we are going to rearrange each and every one of them to their corresponding shape layer. So these are our main G, we're going to parent to our G1. The next thing we are going to do is, we're just going to come somewhere around here and select all our Photoshop layers and just move them to the back. So let's just move forward to the point that our circles are coming down somewhere around here. And now let's open up our scale properties on all this layer. Now we are going to move forward in our timeline somewhere around here and make a keyframe. Then let's move back where they are still in the air coming down somewhere here, and turn our scale to 0. So now this is what we have. That's nice. So what we're going to do now is, all our shape layers, we're going to select them, come to our search here, and we'll type in size. So what we're going to do is, we're going to move to where we have our balls floating in the air. That's weird. And just make a keyframe on their size individually. And now what we're just going to do is, we're just going to move about 2 frames forward and just change the size to 0. Now let's click on you to open the keyframes. Let's move down so that we can adjust the scale properties of both our logo layer and our shape layer. So select this, our Google layer, and click on you to open all properties. And now let's just shift this one back so we can position it properly. And I think this should be shorter. Turn around here. Okay, and now I just got an idea for this first part. It's looking too boring for me, so what I'm just going to do is, I'm just going to come to my effect and preset panel here and just add a fill effect on it. Next I'm going to do, I'm just going to click on it to open my keyframes. So I'm just going to time the part where the ball purchase the floor, so that is here, and second one should be around here. So let's come here and let's make a keyframe on the color. Click on you to open up all the files of the keyframe. Let's move down a little bit, and now let's left click here and change it to toggle hold keyframe. So now let's just move to the front here, make another keyframe, change it to a hold keyframe again, and let's just change the color to white. So when it bounces, it changes color like that. And now finally, to bring out some added beautification, let's take this entire layer and beginning to the end, recompose it, and let's call it motion. Now what I'm just going to do now, I'm just going to add a glue effect on it. So let's just change glue radius to 20, glue intensity to 2. Okay, I just change my looping to saw b greater than a. Now I'm going to duplicate this my effect here. I'll just change this to 280. Let's reduce this glue threshold down to 80. Yeah, somewhere like this. Okay, and finally let's just change this to 90 here, and this is amazing. It's perfect. So guys, thank you for watching to the end of this video. Like it if you like it, dislike it if you don't dislike it. Ask me a question in my comment section on how I did anything, and trust me, I'll be here to answer you. Remember, like, share, subscribe, and I'm sure catch you in my next video. Till next time, remember, live, edit, grow, and repeat.